Hey there, Greg from My Mortgage. Wanted to chat today about making offers on a property and some of the conditions that you might put into an offer that you're making on a property. So the first condition, and the one that as a mortgage advisor we're really focused on, is your finance condition. So that is a condition that you put in there. Maybe it's for a short period of time, or it could be for a longer period of time. And when we're talking short and long, we might be talking 1 or 2 days, and a long period of time might be 15 days. And that gives you time to sort your finances out. So that's us going to the banks on your behalf and getting an unconditional finance approval. So that's where we've got an offer for you from the bank, and that bank is saying, yep, we'll lend you the money to buy that property based on the situation that we've explained to them. So that's the finance condition. And what you can do with the finance condition, we can meet that finance condition with one bank and maybe still have some other bank options that are coming after, but you only need one bank unconditional offer to be able to meet your finance condition, and then everything else we can work out afterwards. That's including the interest rates and the structure and all that sort of stuff as well. Some of the other conditions that you might have, and your real estate agent should walk you through this process, and it's a really good idea to get your solicitor to look at that contract that you're signing. So a sale and purchase agreement is a formal contract. So look at that agreement that you're signing to make sure there's nothing in there that is going to become a problem for you. So you've got your finance condition, you have might have a builder's report as well. So that's where you get a building inspector, so a qualified building inspector, to come and check out the house and then do a report for you based on the quality of the build. Now you can get a friend of yours who might be a builder or a family member to look at a property, but they won't be able to do a formal building report. They don't have the liability cover, and so they won't be able to give you a formal report, but they could have a look over the property and tell you, yep, it's good, or hey, nah, maybe it's not so good. If you're wanting to, if it's potentially not a good property to buy and you want to pull out of that contract using the building report as the reason you're pulling out, you might still need to pay to get a building report done. The vendor, the person selling the house, has the ability to ask to see the building report if that's the reason that you're pulling out of the property. So just be aware of that. Next one is toxology or meth test. Obviously, with some of the problems that New Zealand is having with meth at the moment, there are some properties that have been used to cook meth and things like that. Getting a meth test done could be a really good idea if you think that it is something that might be a problem. There's a lot of difference of opinion in terms of what the medical kind of issues are with a property that maybe meth has been cooked in or smoked in or anything like that. So if you are concerned about that, getting a meth test done is a really good idea. You can also get a condition can be a LIM report. LIM report is what the council knows about the property. Maybe there's something that's been built onto the house that hasn't been consented, or maybe there is something that the council is planning to do near the property. Maybe the property, if it's cross-leased, it'll tell you about the cross-lease and all those sorts of things as well. Often nowadays, real estate agents are actually getting that LIM report when a property goes on the market, and so you might be able to just request that from the real estate agent. Otherwise, your solicitor can get that from the council as well. So it's always a good idea to get a LIM report done. And you can also put in there a due diligence clause or a solicitor's approval clause, which just gives you a bit more time to sort things out. Now, when you're in a competitive market, or maybe it's a multi-offer, multiple people are making offers on the property at the same time, having less conditions is always more beneficial. What that will mean is that your offer, if they were for the same amount of money, your offer would be looked upon more favorably if it had less conditions. So that's where we can get as far along the finance approval that we can. You might be able to get the builder through early, you might be able to get the meth test done early, get the LIM report sorted, potentially your solicitor's happy with the property, those sorts of things, and then you can have just a really small conditional period. Or if you're the only one making an offer, then you can often put in with a longer finance condition, longer condition for LIM report or builder's report or whatever, and still be successful. So it really does depend on the situation as to what you want to do with those conditions. So if you've got any questions about making offers, feel free to reach out. More than happy to chat through that with you. And your real estate agent will be able to help you with that, and your solicitor will be able to help you in terms of recommending what you need to put into the offer you make.